Ladies and gentlemen, we are putting an asterisk on every NBA GOAT. Every single one.
In this video, I'm going to be putting an asterisk on many of the potential
this that goofy
NBA
ass
GOATs.
channel.
In other words, I'm going to sense in presenting a counter argument to why each
Why is Kobe so small?
Still off beat.
the GOAT. Again, this is more for the sake of argument and not necessarily an actual position. So without further ado, let's begin. And who better to start with than LeBron James?
Okay.
No way LeBron James is the GOAT. As far as I'm concerned, every NBA ring he's ever won was either circumstantial or the team he was facing was so weak and his team was so stacked that of course he was going to win, and I'm mainly referring to his first NBA ring when his super team defeated a baby Thunder team.
That's so Mickey. That's such a Mickey argument, bro.
Did not get his deserved foul call with
They were babies. How old was KD? Like 23, 24? Russ 23, 24? Harden 23, 24? Who was a 30-year-old on that team, bro? Nick Collison? Okay.
That shit is so weak, bro.
Man, that shit ass.
Yeah, imagine having like Luka, Shea, and Jason Tatum on the same team saying, "Man, they babies though." All right, bro. All right.
Bro, they're babies, bro. They don't know what it's like to make the finals. That pressure, the palms, sweaty piss down the leg, sweat on the forehead. They weren't ready for that.
12 seconds left in Game 2. There was a huge opportunity for the Thunder to be up 2-0 in that series, but bad officiating allowed the Heat to tie the series 1-1. Had Kevin Durant got that foul called, he would have been at the free throw line with the ability to tie up the game, and there could be a much different outcome.
That don't mean they win.
That's
barely a foul.
When the Heat tied up the series and then got a bunch of home games as there was a 2-3-2 playoff system instead of the 2-2.
Can we talk about this, bro? This was the stupidest like standard in the NBA for the longest time, bro. All you needed to do was win one road game in the first two, and then 3 of the next 4 games are at home. Like, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah, that is insanely toxic. No cap.
1-1-1 format, which the finals now operates by for home and away games. As for LeBron's second ring, we all know that Ray Allen saved that man's career. And also, Greg Popovich benching his entire team within those last seconds didn't help. I mean, if Tim Duncan was on the floor, he could have easily gotten that rebound instead of Chris Bosh. The Spurs, for all intents and purposes,
Tim Duncan
were supposed to win that Game 6 and beat the Heat 4-2.
Let
they
them cook.
even rolled out the Larry O'Brien trophy. The world was definitely ready to crown the Spurs as champs, and LeBron would have lost another final series. And even if LeBron won all his Heat rings fair and square, having that much talent and that huge of a super team and only coming up with 2 rings is kind of embarrassing, especially that 2011 finals where the chosen one became the
underachieving
one and averaged around 2.5 points per game in the entire fourth quarter of the first 5 games. And worst of all, he was averaging 3 attempts in the fourth quarter. Never in a million years would we see Michael Jordan average just 3 attempts in the fourth quarter of an NBA Finals and only score 2.2 points per game in the NBA Finals fourth quarter. There's no way a GOAT of basketball can choke at that magnitude. As for his one Cleveland ring, the NBA did LeBron a favor by suspending Draymond Green in Game 5, which was a huge momentum shift that allowed LeBron to win on the road, and then holding the fort down at home is much easier with home court advantage. As far as Game 7 is concerned, once a series reaches Game 7, pretty much anything can happen, and of course his teammate Kyrie Irving hit one of the most clutch shots in NBA Finals history.
Where's
that
these
was
LeBron
the
clutch
really
shots?
Sealed the deal to ensure the Cavs win that game. And of course, there's LeBron's Mickey Mouse NBA bubble ring.
Hey,
Prime Anthony Davis.
Hey, hold on now. What you doing?
A not so super Miami Heat team led by Jimmy Butler. Despite being the clear favorites, the Lakers still drew out the series to 6 games when they had no business having this series be that close.
What you
going
mean?
To finals were more of a product of a weak Eastern
They
Conference.
made the finals.
There's no way LeBron goes to 10 straight Western Conference finals. The East was no beast at the time. LeBron is struggling to make it to Western Conference playoff series.
Hey, let's talk about it, bro. Hey, the motherfuckers that said LeBron couldn't survive the West. You talking about? Hey, Sage, we talking about one ring and then he can't even get past the first round after that.
Man, see, we not slandering Bron in the Lakers jersey. I ain't got that bit in me now, bro. My man old, bro. Put prime LeBron with the smushes. Prime LeBron ain't having no shot put because prime LeBron passed the ball. We beating the shit out the Suns in 5. And no cap, I love you, Kobe. We going all the way that season. Because Bron gonna be like, yeah, who don't pass the ball? Watch these. 20 assists. Next round, we beating the shit out of whoever the fuck made it. I'm tripping right now. We just solo with Bron. So Bron gets one of the best rings of all time if he's a Laker, bro. Now, if he's on the other team, then he ain't coming out the West. He sucks.
Let alone Western Conference Finals. All in all, LeBron has 4 rings, but 3 of them seem kinda hollow. And with only 1 solidly earned ring, no way there's enough cachet to be the GOAT of the NBA. Oh, and I didn't even bring up Le 4 and 6 in the NBA Finals.
Oh,
He's had
man.
so many All-Stars and so much help, yet he still lost 6 NBA Finals.
Yeah, why is
He has a
KD like
losing
that, bro?
record, yet he played with so many future Hall of Famers. Yeah, LeBron's not the GOAT.
Why did everybody hate my mans,
LeBron
bruh?
did go up against some of the toughest competition in NBA history.
Hey, this ain't the video for that, bro. This ain't the video for that.
Nah, bro. What you doing?
Steph Curry.
We're slandering.
Sorry, Wardell. I cannot consider you the GOAT for a number of reasons. One,
Defense?
you're a one-way player.
Yes,
Curry plays solid defense. But if we're going to be extra critical in terms of all-time greats,
know the
Just
game.
a
Steph
shooter.
Curry does not
I know the
play
game.
GOAT defense, only GOAT offense. So many other potential GOATs are two-way greats. In fact, I think literally every other GOAT aside from maybe Magic Johnson are considered two-way great players. Curry's not a bad
Bill
defender,
Russell?
and he's technically an okay
Yeah,
defender,
Bill
but
Russell,
he's not a
Larry
GOAT
Bird
status
dancing next to him.
elite defender. Also, 2 of his rings come with Kevin Durant, and he was facing LeBron
Oh, wow.
James with J.R. Smith. And in the first Warriors
Oh, now
Cavs
Bron
finals,
didn't. Now Bron didn't have
all
help.
alone
Yo, this
took the
motherfucker
Warriors
right
to
here.
6 games. That's kind of embarrassing on the Warriors' part. When Steph Curry
Mickey
faced
Mouse.
a fully healthy Cavs team, he lost to them. Next up,
Cook.
we have Bill Russell, and before we begin, I just want to say both on and off the court that he was a legendary man.
don't-
and he had
hey,
an
don't say
awesomely
face
positive
now.
impact
Hey,
Don't say
no,
face now,
bro.
basketball, but for the
If you
world
gonna
itself,
hate right,
may
bro.
he rest in
Damn.
peace. I'm only being critical
One-way
of his
player,
basketball
bro.
NBA ability. With that in mind, Bill Russell can't be the GOAT for a number of reasons. One of the biggest reasons is that most of his opponents were milkmen and plumbers, while the Celtics are one of the strongest.
Milkman.
Hey, hold on.
Wait, hold on.
I didn't catch that, so hold on. Milkman.
Yo, what you mean by that? It's just,
It's 2023. I think that meaning still meant the same thing back then. What y'all like? What you like, Bill? What you like, Bill?
hey, you talking about Wilt Chamberlain? I still remember that quote, Wilt. Still remember that quote.
yeah.
You nasty motherfucker, man. Damn.
NBA teams ever constructed. During every season of his career, Bill played with no less than 3 and as many as 7 other future Hall of Famers on his very same roster. So at
Super
every
team.
given moment, every waking second he stepped on an NBA court, alongside him was at least 3
This is
and at
Super Team,
most
bro?
7 Hall of
Yes.
Fame all-time greats.
Bill
Forget
Sherman.
Super Team or Justice League teams. This was a straight-up entire Infinity War worth of superheroes on
This
his
was the
side.
Z Fighters.
Also, his trips to the
Fuck it.
finals were much shorter and technically easier by those standards. There was only a division semifinals, a division finals, and lastly, an NBA finals. So just 3 rounds, and the semifinals were a best of 3, not a best of 7. Plus, for the bulk of his career, there was only 8 teams, and before you say that less teams would cause more competition, keep in mind the Celtics had a monopoly on NBA talent at the time. Less teams
Cook.
was most definitely something that worked in their favor. Once they knew how to beat said teams, all that was left was the repetition. More teams create more
What?
randomness, and more randomness makes it
That's
harder
why
to go
they're
to the
the
finals.
second
If the GOAT debate
best
was
franchise.
ever about ring total,
Yeah, 'cause
there
the
would
other one
never
was
be a
losing in
debate.
this fucking
Bill
era,
would
dog.
be the GOAT,
It's
and there'd be
crazy.
no discussion. Even without putting an asterisk, I think fans value the quality of rings over the quantity of rings, and that in itself is self-explanatory why players with
Cook.
much less rings are in this debate over Bill Russell. What's not self-explanatory is how anyone would consider
He won't
putting a guy
change
who averages
KD's
26
face.
points
Fix
per
my
game,
man
4.5
Wayne,
rebounds,
bruh.
and 4.4 assists per
This
game
is
with a
foul.
PER of 26.9 in the GOAT debate. And they wouldn't, because that's prime Kevin Love stats. No one would ever put Kevin Love in the GOAT debate, and they shouldn't. With these stats
Oh,
in
man.
mind, let me remind you that Larry Bird averaged
This is
24.3
insane, dog.
points
Hey,
rebounds per game,
I've been
6.3
thinking it.
assists per game with a PER of 23.5. So slightly worse stats all across the board, but 2 more assists. They're both
I know he had a 29 point per game season. I know he did.
37% from beyond the arc. Now, I'm not saying
looking at the
Larry
screen.
Bird would just be a mid-tier all-star like Kevin Love is. What I am saying is Larry Bird is not the GOAT. There are clearly better players than Bird, and Lakers fans don't get too excited because Magic and Kareem aren't the GOATs either. Kareem may be the all-time points leader for now, but no one would ever say he's the greatest scorer ever, just like how many don't say that John Stockton is the best passer ever, even though he leads the league in assists. The phrase of best passer
Hey, but when I said he's overrated,
Magic Johnson.
Shut up, bro. Shut up.
Kareem played in the 70s for a large part of his career.
This is my exact argument.
Decades in NBA history.
Bob McAdoo.
Fastest-paced.
Bob McAdoo.
What's up with Big Bob? Oh,
Dave Bing.
all right, Dave.
Yeah, you gonna defend Dave Bing?
I ain't defending Dave.
All right, bro. And then you had a whole other league with the best fucking players in the world. Come on, dog. When you talk about weak competition, the competition wasn't even in his league. Shout out Artist Gilmore. See what I'm saying? I'm flexing the knowledge.
Artists. Now you know damn well artists.
Stop playing with Big Art.
I fucking bet.
Games in NBA history with huge amounts of point inflation due to the breakneck pace of the late 50s, 60s, and even early 70s. Pretty much what I'm getting at is that a lot of Kareem's regular season MVPs aren't the same as Jordan getting all of his MVPs in the star-studded era that
exactly
he played
what I
in.
said.
Not that MVP total should be any sort of measure for ranking players anyway, because no one on earth would say that Steve Nash is a better player than Kobe Bryant because he has more MVPs than him. It's a terrible argument. And thus, Kareem's MVP total should be considered the same logic. Kareem also played with the Showtime Lakers alongside greats like Magic Johnson and James Worthy. But Magic isn't the GOAT either, so let's get into that.
The Showtime Lakers played with Kareem.
Secret, but it's no secret that Magic Johnson was a turnover machine as he averaged nearly 4 turnovers a game. That's pretty much twice as many compared to other great point guards like Chris Paul, Steve Nash, Jason Kidd, and John Stockton.
Irresponsible with the ball, bro. He's irresponsible.
Imagine if he had twice as many turnovers. The NBA
Chris Paul is different. Chris Paul is different.
CP -3.
And sell car insurance, especially because he's not a champion, so they would directly blame his turnovers for the lack of rings.
Hey, what are you talking about Chris Paul right now,
bro?
bro?
Another all-time great point guards who averages the same amount of turnovers as Magic Johnson is Russell Westbrook.
This is
we already
insane.
know how much Westbrook gets for his turnover average.
Oh my
Speaking
God,
of Westbrook,
bro.
people nickname him West Brick, but he's a much better three-point shooter than Magic Johnson ever was. And he averaged just about the same amount of assists as Magic Johnson. They also average about the same amount of rebounds at a little over of 7 per game. If you look at both of their stat sheets and not their trophy case, it actually would be quite hard to tell the difference statistically between Russell Westbrook and Magic
pretty
Johnson.
fucking easy.
I'm just saying.
Is the greatest point guard of all time. And Westbrook's stats are diminished over time due to playing so long. If you just compare primes, you could make a statistical argument to say that Johnson stats.
What prime is this?
Also defender. He's a good defender, but not a GOAT status defender. It is fair to be critical to say that he doesn't have GOAT-worthy defense, which is why
Wait, hold on. I missed something in the first segment. Why didn't you talk about LeBron's lack of a bag? I missed that. Like,
we're not. This can't be a regular thing now, bro.
if we're gonna be nitpicking Magic Johnson's defense, cause it's not GOAT status. But he's still good. He's just not GOAT. I guess you're for saying LeBron has no bag, or he has a mini bag, a satchel.
The only bag shown so far was Curry. Everybody else ain't had a bag. Where's this for everyone else?
Nah, say that again. Say that one more time. That last part of your sentence. Just say it one more time.
I'm just saying, where was that for everyone else, bro?
Chat, that's not what he said, bro. The last thing he said was everybody else don't got a bag. Chat, I just wanna. He's trying
to gaslight my shit. I'm saying if LeBron don't got a bag to you, then all right, Kareem don't got a bag. Wilt don't got a bag. Bill Russell, he doesn't have a bag. It's like
Same for all of them.
Players.
Same for all of them.
This is crazy. This is crazy. But you brought up LeBron though, bro. He's a hater. That's what I'm pushing. He's a hater, bro.
Kobe over Magic in an all-time.
Yeah, that motherfucker on the left got a bag.
Speaking of Kobe,
I'm about to say,
he's not
the Bean got a bag.
Before I begin, I do want to say that Kobe is an amazing player. He's a legend, and may he rest in peace. We are just going to be critical of his NBA basketball talent. Kobe Bryant is not the GOAT. He has 5 rings, but 3 of them you could say were Shaq's teams and Kobe.
He's not gonna say what he.
Oh man.
Hey, Sage, he's not gonna say what he really should say.
You're probably not.
Hey,
you're probably not.
If he really want to talk about Asterisk, he's not gonna say what he should say. Chat, I'm just looking from the creator perspective of making this video. If I'm playing devil's advocate, he's not gonna say it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
There's an elephant. There's an elephant.
He was just a sidekick as Kobe was 21, 22, and 23 during that first Lakers three-peat. And yes, he was the second best player on those teams, but not the first best. Kobe only has 2 finals
that last
MVPs,
one, I don't know.
And he's an extremely inefficient player. Inefficient for GOAT standards, mind you. We're being hypercritical here. He has a career PER of 22.9 and a 44.7
It's crazy. L-Gas like.
For comparison,
you say that
Jordan
for Bill.
has a career PER of 27.9
Bill
and
sucks.
a field goal percentage of 49.7%. That is a really huge gap in efficiency. And of course, there is that 2004 final series against the Pistons.
He came close.
Now,
He came close.
blame
He came close.
Shaq for that series, who wasn't the GOAT either. But Kobe was especially terrible in that finals, shooting 38% from the field and averaging only 22 points per game, which is bad for Kobe standards and bad for GOAT standards. And in one of those games, he only put up 11 points. It's not as bad as LeChoke in the 2011 Dallas series.
Yeah, remind him.
Not be the GOAT of the NBA. Now, I'm not asking Kobe to put up 100 points a night, because the guy who did score 100 points a night, Wilt Chamberlain, is not the GOAT either. And again, before we begin, Wilt was an NBA legend both on and off the court.
You don't gotta say that for every. Like, we get it, dog. We get it, dog.
He's a Lakers fan at the core. I like this guy.
There's a reason why Wilt didn't win any rings until after he stopped chucking up shots and being a ball hog and started sharing the rock. It's because Wilt's high scoring days did not lead to winning basketball.
Let's talk about it.
The league average for those times
he never scored 100.
Average of 73 rebounds per game, which is insane to think about. So Wilt getting all those rebounds in that era could be argued to be more a product of the era itself than Wilt's own rebounding ability.
What the? What is this? What? What the? Yo, this dude is a freak. Yo,
nah, this
dude is
crazy.
a freak. Yo, DJ Envy better watch out, bro, because if Wilt Chamberlain is on that 20-day girls trip, there's gonna be some problems. No cap.
So, of course, my wife is she went on a girls trip. She's going for 20 days. So I've been packing the kids' lunch and
there's no way that made it to this platform.
What the fuck? Yo, what?
Nah,
what?
You different, my boy. You are different.
To be more a product of the era itself than Wilt's own rebounding ability. Wilt is still a great player and a legendary man, but it's hard to say he's the GOAT of the sport.
Legendary man is insane,
ring total, and the fact that his major stats didn't lead to championships in the first place. Now again, he eventually did win rings, but not during his amazingly impossibly high stat days.
Me personally?
All right. It's enough of bashing these NBA legends.
Yeah, I'm not going like that,
time
bro.
to be extra critically harsh on the guy many consider the GOAT, and
that man a DDT.
Michael Jordan. Jordan was a great player, no doubt about it.
Oh my!
Forget just how great basketball
bro.
legend
He was a
Scottie
ball
Pippen
gambler
was as well. Jordan's record without Pippen is 154 and 170, which is a win percentage of 47.5%.
Who's
the
really the
playoffs, he's
sidekick?
1-9 without Scottie Pippen. That's a win percentage of just 10%. On the flip side, Pippen without Jordan has a record of 295 and 185, with a win percentage of 61.4%.
That's
in the
cool.
playoffs,
That's
he has a
cool.
non-Jordan record of 19
Some people win games, bro.
with a win percentage of 47.5%. Plus, Scottie almost led the Bulls to the conference finals without Jordan. Another thing I want to...
Can we talk about that, bro? That's the weakest argument I've ever heard against it. Scottie almost brought them to the conference finals. When have we ever said that, bro? You got bounced out in the second round. That's what happened. Period. Point blank. I'm sorry to tell you, we don't talk about almost conference finals appearances. Come on, dog. BFFR, bro. Be fucking for real. What are we doing?
We're doing the same thing we did in 2018-19, man. Dame time almost did it too, bro. What are we talking about? He was better than Curry when he made the semis or was the conference finals, whatever it was, yo. So it's consistent to me.
He actually made it to the conference finals.
Oh shit, he did.
Yeah.
All right, hey. He should have made the conference, bro. He should have made the conference. So we're oranges to apples there. And yeah, I think it's consistent. I think it's fair. At the end of the day, he's a loser. And he needed a guy with the higher win percentage to get the job done. Jordan is that guy that plays Call of Duty and gets all the kills. All the kills. No OBJ. Get him out of here.
Up is that maybe, just maybe, Jordan's mid-career retirement created a mythos around his 2 3-peats. Imagine if he never retired during his prime and then played those seasons out. What if he got fatigued and didn't have a perfect finals record because of it? Again, this one is a little bit hypothetical because you could also hypothetically argue that what if Jordan won during those years as well? So we could set that to the side for now. Jordan was also never able to beat Larry Bird or Magic Johnson until way after their primes. But to be fair, the Jordan that Larry and Magic were beating was a really young Jordan.
What are you being fair for? What the hell?
Prime Larry versus Prime Magic all at once. But the reason I'm bringing this up is, what if Jordan's perfect finals record is more of a product of weak finals competition? Because Jordan never went up against prime Showtime Lakers, he went up against old Showtime Lakers. If instead of the Jazz back-to-back, he faced prime Showtime Lakers back-to-back, would it be possible that prime Magic and Kareem steal a series from Jordan? And yes, the 90s had some insane competition, but it was top-heavy competition. So the good teams were good, but the bad teams were quite bad, and this is due to all the new teams being added to the league. As far as the regular season is concerned, this was an expansion era, so there were so many new cities who got teams like Miami, Minnesota, Charlotte, and Orlando. And during the regular season,
play my Arizona 2K. We know.
Fodder for the better teams to just build up their good records and get easy wins and nice stats, which helps Jordan's overall win percentage and stat outlook and might make it much stronger than it really is. Imagine if LeBron James during his regular seasons were facing baby teams in cannon fodder. Would his regular season stats look much nicer than they already are and have a higher
He was
PR?
the cannon fodder.
What are we talking about? Anyway, if none of these players are the GOAT, then who is? Well, of course,
that's easy.
Close call between Taco Fall and Brian Scalabrine, but that debate is for another video. Let me know what you...
It's really Jason Tatum.
No. What are we doing? Look. Greatest big of all time. The answer is Anthony Davis when he's healthy. The greatest player of all time. Come on. It's him, bro. It's him. It's the NBA Chip Skylark, number 77 from Dallas, Texas. Luka Doncic clears. You see how he ain't getting mentioned in this video, right?
Yeah. He is not a potential NBA GOAT. He is the NBA GOAT.
Thank you.
I get it. Listen, man, if you guys like this video, you guys can watch this video right here. And we'll catch you on the next one, man. Peace out.
Peace. Oh, damn. Tim Duncan K.
Damn!
Like my bad for fucking up the outro. But it just hit me. Damn. Tim Duncan was not talked about. Fuck.